I keep noticing other men, and if I'm in love with Robert, I shouldn't be noticing my whole co-worker, right? Insert inappropriate comment here about doing something to Hamza in the X-ray machine. I don't know. Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome back to the Plum generation of my Not So Berry challenge. Now, as you guys may remember, it's Harvest Fest. For some reason, it's Harvest Fest for everybody except Billy, who does not have Harvest Fest as an event. I don't know what that's all about. He had it when I logged off, but he has not got it now. Oh, Honey loves water. Oh, she's sad because the cat died. I removed some CC. I'm like, wait, where did my cupboard go? There we go. It's not quite what it looked like before, but that's fine. Oh, baby. Little Gremlin. Gremlin! See, I could see her being sad when Gremlin passes away. Gremlin's the cat that's followed her around since she was born and slept next to her crib and stuff. Like, this cat and her do have a connection. It's like, you're so lucky you still have a cat. I'm not going to cue anything. I'm actually just going to let them talk. We'll see how it goes. I am very interested to see how Honey's relationship does develop with her technically aunt and uncle. Now, Synth does still have the want to start a new relationship, so I don't think she's actively going to go out and seek one, but I think if the opportunity presents, and I'm planning on presenting her with an opportunity, I think it could happen. Yes, she's still married, but she is separated. And I think Friends taught everybody, the whole, but we were on a separation. Is that the quote? I don't know. I almost never watched Friends. For those of you who maybe only watch this series and haven't seen my community post, the reason I took a bunch of CC out of my game was like 6.5 gig or something, was because my hard drive was full. I didn't have a choice and I couldn't download the patch. I did spend a bit of time last night before recording just going through and looking at like random townies. I was going to call it managed worlds, but it's not that. Like where all of the different townies and stuff are listed. Just looking for bald sims and naked sims and stuff. And I did try and tidy that up a bit. We may still see some weirdness. It's fine. I can't imagine it'll be any more weird than your average randomly generated townie. Oh, by the way, Robert called Billy to offer condolences for the death of the cat, which I thought was really sweet. I was wondering what Robert's reaction to Carissa and Billy moving in would be, but the fact that he did that makes me think it's not an issue for him. Also, someone's calling my cat. He's not answering. He left his phone in his other pants. It's not happening. Oh, she's really busting. You put the baby on the potty and then you walk away. Pro tips from when I did the 100 baby challenge. You don't need to stay there. You just need to put them on the potty. That's all that's required to potty train a human. You just put them on it and then walk away. Nothing could go wrong with that. I had an idea for Gremlin that when he passes, I like the idea of Honey having a ghost cat. I was thinking, because Honey's going to be a super villain, and I'm like, Honey needs a villain cat pet. I don't know which one. Ghost cat thoughts? See what you think. Oh, he wants to play instruments. We do have an instrument. Unfortunately, it's in Synth's bedroom and it would wake her up. Oh no, we've got the guitar. It'd be cute if Billy's like trying to model himself off his big sister. Oh wait, I don't have the kids can play guitar mod, so it would have to be the piano. Well, when she's not asleep, I'll get him to do that then, because Billy actually could complete this aspiration. Like I said to you guys, I'm not hyper focused on Synth's little siblings, but I'm like all about those games with my sims. I know I've said this before, but it's been a while. My sim maxes the homestyle cooking skill. I stop cooking homestyle cooking meals unless I have to. I immediately switch to gourmet. I don't usually bother with baking, but this will be really interesting. I don't think I've ever maxed baking. Not So Berry Orange Gen's going to be interesting for that, because the whole point of Not So Berry is that you do things you haven't done before. I love the idea of her being a super villain who really loves to bake. If she's a true villain, maybe she poisons the Girl Scout cookies. I love the idea that she's like a feeder. She's going to be like, eat, you're too thin, and like really loves her immediate family, but then is very anti the world. If you're familiar with Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, which is a very niche internet series by Joss Whedon, who is of Buffy fame and cheating on his wife and being generally apparently not a very nice person fame more recently, because, we can't have nice things, but he did a series where Dr. Horrible was the villain, like the protagonist, but a villain, and his motive was the world is messed up, and like looking at the 1% and wanting to redistribute wealth to the masses, including himself, but to the masses and that kind of thing. And I could see that for Honey without the singing. I don't think they'll be singing, but you never know. They're singing now. Oh, are you waiting for your sister? She's like, oh, here she goes. That's so cute. Who can she be thankful to? Let's tuck Honey in. And why don't we be thankful to the kids for helping out? You know, they've had a really rough time. They've been through a lot. They lost their mum. They lost their dad when, I mean, to be fair, they lost their dad when they were little. They lost their mum. They lost their cat. They've had to move. They're probably not at the same school anymore because they moved. I think they were in Windenburg. So it's fair to say Del Sol is a long way geographically. From their point of view, what they probably wouldn't say is, because they were in a foster home for a short time, maybe they're scared of going back. Not like anything bad happened to them in the foster home, but at least here it's family, you know. It's disrupted here with Robert, but the thing is they never lived with Robert. So Robert moved out just before their mum died, so it's not like that disruption affected them in any way. They're just like, look at those sad little faces. Excuse me? Excuse me. Why are you here yelling at my cat? That is incredibly disrespectful. For real, this lady just came onto my lot to yell at my cat. Outgoing, neat, and a foodie. Yeah, you're outgoing. You just walked onto my property. I'm going to say politics. It's the politics of home invasion. Maybe you two should go to bed. I don't want you subjected to any more trauma than you already have been. Malicious. Shout forbidden words. Synth has struggled a lot lately with life, and this lady just came onto her property to yell at her cat. Let's send her home. Give medical advice. My advice is don't be a jerk. From the good-mannered trait and being gross. She did something really gross. Was it yelling? I'm gonna have her send a text to... I know I've got the mouse sitting over Hamza. It's not that, again, like I said, she's not looking for romance or anything. He reached out to her. Do you remember in the last part? He reached out to her and was like, you know, hey, should I go and hang out and spend some friend time with this person? And he actually, just before I started recording, said, hey, it went really well. Thanks for the advice. Oh, Gremlin, don't be mad. She's replied to that and said, hey, you're welcome. You know, I can't believe this thing just happened. Oh, little trembly old man. Play with the laser pointer. Give a comforting hug. Pet. She's not the cat person in the family. So since it's a beautiful sunny day, I thought I'd have Lavender and Synth bring the girls to the park. This is the same park, I think, where Phoenix was oh no, they left Phoenix playing here while they went off and woohooed. This was, I think, Darnell and Sianne, but we've definitely been here before. It's been a long time, but I remembered it was a park that had things for toddlers to do. The kids are slowly making their way in. The parents are sitting down talking already. It's fine. No, we're sitting. I literally just said, sitting down talking. Lavender, I want you guys to just talk. Because what happened was the kids went to school and I was like, I should take them out and do something. Lavender actually showed up just as I was about to leave. And I was like, that's a good idea. Let's bring the little ones. Lilac is clearly, look at how pale this child is. She had red eyes. I would say she was albino. How does one say that word? She's just very, very pale. I think Lavender wanted to mainly check in on Synth because there's been a lot going on. She's like, how are the kids going? And I love that she's decided that's what she wants to talk about. First off, she's asking about the little ones like Billy and Carissa. I say little, like there's not littler. You know, how have they settled in? How are they coping? And it was like, well, it was fine. We were going okay. It wasn't great, but we were going okay. And then the cat died, and like catching Lavender up on all of that situation. And then the conversation obviously is going to then turn to Robert and how are things going? You know, have you guys had a chance to reconcile, or have you been to see him, or any of that kind of stuff? And since like, no, he came over for Honey's birthday, obviously I haven't seen him since. I don't know if I want to reconcile with him. And Lavender's like, well, what do you mean? I thought you guys were like OTP, like you were my inspiration for like a couple. Synth is saying, well, the thing is, I keep noticing other men, like, and if I'm in love with Robert, I shouldn't be noticing my whole co-worker, right? And Lavender's like, well, I mean, you've still got eyes. They still exist in the world around you. You can notice them aesthetically. And Synth is like, I don't know if it's aesthetic, okay? You know, I'm just saying I've had thoughts. Insert inappropriate comment here about doing something to Hamza in the x-ray machine. I don't know. I wanted to get a look at his bones. So, you know, she's saying, look, I've had more active thoughts than that. And Lavender's like, well, again, you can have fantasies if you're not acting on them and you still love Robert, then, you know, you have thoughts. The intrusive thoughts happen to everybody. So basically, they're trying to kind of figure out the left and right of, has Synth lost interest in her marriage and in Robert, and she's fallen out of love with Robert? Or is it just that she's putting too much weight on noticing other men exist? And I actually don't know the answer to that question. I'd be interested in your thoughts. She comes over and she's like, we have a vacuum cleaner. Let's have a talk to Lilac. I would love you guys to be friends, at least for now. I don't know what kind of sim Lilac's going to grow up to be, whether she'll be like on board with you being evil. But if she grew up to be good, that would actually be really interesting. They're like best friends as kids, and then you're going to a place I can't follow. Say nonsense. All right, these two are home, so I should probably go home too. Oh, she's got a fear of being cheated on by Robert while having a conversation about cheating. By the way, April was here meeting with Kato Agawa, who's got some very exciting CC combinations going on here. Maybe April's helping him get his life on track, because look at the guy. Oh, Angelo's here. This is our hot neighbor that she flirted with and caused a huge fight with Robert. I remember how I said I gave him a makeover? Just saying. He's the hot neighbor. He is married though and has many children, so she doesn't currently have the urge to start a new relationship. It comes and goes. But even if Synth is wondering about whether that's a thing she actually wants to do, I don't think Angelo is a viable target. But he lives here across the road with his wife, who is now an elder, by the way. Mio is an elder. Their kids are 2 children and a toddler. I guess we could get our kids to be friends with them. So in the same way that she bounced back more quickly from the death of her mother, Carissa's also bounced back more quickly from the death of the cat. I don't know if that's because of like she's a confident child, because she's high confidence. And, oh, he's high confidence now too. I don't know. I don't know why she's doing that, but she is. And Honey's like, no, I will not learn to poop on my own. You will change my diaper forever. It's actually Spice Festival at the moment. I was kind of waiting to see if she was going to get an invite. Be interesting to see who it was. It was Lavender. Oh, well, for Lavender, I'm not going. Is that harsh? That's probably harsh. It's fine. I'm actually going to have her have a nap. So I think she does actually have work tomorrow, and I hope she'll get promoted, actually. I guess I will take her just because then we can see if Hamza's there. Oh, she is sleeping through the piano. I'm impressed. She's like just used to barking dogs in the neighborhood, maybe, because that thing is really quite obnoxious. Also, there was a kid walking past. I thought it says Lauren Beda. It's not the kid that lives, one of the kids that lives there, but oh, she's sad too. It's like, yeah, everybody's sad. Everybody's dying. Don't be sad. My brother's really sad too. My cat died and my mum died. Also, my dad died. This kid's like, whoa. All right, I'm going to leave this part here, you guys. I actually, like I said, I'm going to take Synth to work tomorrow. Not so much for the work part of it, although I do want her to get promoted because we need the money. There's 2 ways this can go. Synth comes to the conclusion, morally, that she's falling out of love with Robert and breaks it off with him. And then she may or may not pursue something with Hamza for a bit, just as a intervening thing before she gets back together with Robert, because obviously that's the thing that has to happen. Or alternatively, she does something that Robert finds out about. You know, she cheats on him basically. And she's like, I thought we were on a break. And then they break off that way. There's 2 ways it can go. The second one is more fireworks. The first one makes me less disappointed in Synth as a sim. Ah, yeah, get out of there. So, to repeat the exact same opening shot I think we had, I'm going to leave this one here. Let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also to wash your hands. It is important at all times. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.